Well, I'm getting it now. Shouldn't have need to open the garage, but welcome everybody. What a way to start. You know, I always gotta have this. Little problems. Well, this is the buckskin that I've pretty much finished. And I'm thinking about putting this back into tannins again. It's nice and smooth and soft. You see that? Well, my other buckskins are not at this level. So I want to get them here, and that's what I'm going to work on today. And then the next thing I'm going to do after that is work on a form for my, hey, Emre, welcome. Seetin, welcome everybody who's in. Looks like it's freezing a little bit. So the distance around my head, right? And I'd say around the ears too, right? That's a little bit small. I think we decided 24 inches or something because we're going to make clothing and stuff like that. We want to make sure we get Buckskin Cal. That's right there, Henry. Welcome to Dad's Workshop. My name is Buckskin Cal. You like that? Buckskin Cal. And while it looks more official if I'm holding the hatchet like a pioneer man with my buckskin on it. Oh man, all I need now is some let me say some neats foot old. I just had to say the word old. You like that? Old. Okay, Summer. So this one here, Buckskin Cal has one buckskin finished. Buckskin Cal's got this soft, delicious, velvety. It's not really something we eat, but delicious and velvety. It's soft. It's velvety. It's prepared. It's done. But this one here needs work to get to that level. You see there's still grain on it. So while I chat with y'all today, I'm going to be working on scraping the rest of the grain that I can see on here off to get this ready, and then working on this big old pelt too, because this has some grain on it as well. We're going to get those to where they need to be. And you know, the number of deer has gone down, so I have less deer to process. I can kind of focus on the less animals. I got a squirrel I got to process, but less animals in general. So just gonna focus on Buckskin Cal. Gonna focus on the buckskin. Now this feels thinner than this. This animal was a smaller female too. This was a little bit larger animal, still a female, but larger than that. So it's gonna be a little thicker. But what I want to get is some of the spottiness off of here. That's what I want to get. So I'm gonna work on that today. As opposed to this. This was a male for sure. All right. Buckskin Cal. So how's everybody doing? Happy Monday to everybody. Happy Monday. Man soup. There we go. So I kind of adjusted my clamp on my bench. My cable, I can't string a cable up very well here, so what I'm doing is laying these out. This worked for me recently, scraping at them more than actually like pulling them against stuff. So I've been doing more scraping recently. Oh, okay, you did find something down there though, didn't you? She found a piece of leather down there. So I find the little grain spots. And I scrape them, man. It ain't rocket science. Michael Wilson, welcome. Welcome, Michael. What it is creating the finest, softest buckskin in the world. Take it from me, Buckskin Cal. I was able to actually crinkle some of these little spots off when I was working it by hand. I also can pull it against this beam a little bit over here. Michael says he'll be back in a few. Just about to post a short. Hey, do me a favor, Michael. Don't jump in here and plug yourself, bro. I mean, I'm okay with people promoting, but we don't do that in here. See how that works? You got to be careful. You're like, I appreciate you being here, Michael, but I don't do that in other people's chats. Like, you'll never hear me talk about videos that I'm about to post or live streams or anything like that. It's all love, man, but just know, low key. You know what I mean? Appreciate you, Michael. I'm the type to speak up for myself, Mike. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the type to, like, you know, stand down when people. It's something I wouldn't do. That's why I don't mind saying something to somebody else. I don't do that unless the person in a live stream asks me, right? For my information. It's all about their live stream. I don't talk about other people's stuff, right? I don't talk about my stuff. Unless somebody like the host of live stream says, "Hey, I watched your video," and I'm just trying to tell you, Mike, because I'm not mad. I was a teacher for many years, man. I just speak up for myself. Yeah, Calvin, I watched this video and don't understand what you did with point A, B, or C. Can you explain that? Well, sure, I'll explain it. But when I go into someone else's live stream, I'm there to watch their stuff. I don't even say goodbye a lot, man, because what that does is encourage other people to leave. So it's a business. It's not super lucrative, you know. So just that's all I'm saying, buddy. You know. And I hope I didn't offend you, but at the same time, I have to stand up for myself. Good. Okay. Yeah, it is a community. So, like, what I do personally, and I've been the last 3 days, I've been in people's lives. I don't go live on Sunday, so I'll be in people's lives on Sunday. And what I do is I just talk about the stuff they're doing, right? People will check your channel out organically. You know, it happens as part of the process. Oh, let me say this. If you're in the chat and you want to check Michael's channel out, definitely check out Michael Wilson 6847. What? Yeah, 6847. Check out his content. But what we do here, man, is we nurture an audience, right? So there's ways to do things, and there's just ways to not do things. Nah, you're good. You're good. You're good, man. Hey, look. I'm not afraid to lose friends if I have to, or lose so-called friends, you know. Recently, I've had to stand up for myself quite a bit because I've had people coming in here who have quite a few more subscribers than me, my friend, that come in here and have done, you know, way worse than that, you know, self-promotion. I have people who are part of the community that teeter on that quite a bit too, where they'll get real close to saying, "Hey, come check my last live stream out." You have to just, it's real easy to do that, man. You know, I don't know. All I can do is do me, man, you know. Each live streamer, each content creator has to nurture their own audience, and part of that is the community. But I don't know. I'll drop it. I'll say this, and this is not on that, it's just in general. I'm a nice guy, dude. I'm all about helping folks. All about helping folks, man. I'm good. I'm good. Anybody will tell you that. I want to uplift people. I'm all about that, but I also am like a stickler for manners. Super big stickler. But hanging out, dude. This is not fur. This is actually a buckskin that I'm scraping right now. It's a deer skin that's had the fur and the grain scraped off. So it's like this. So it's like kind of like suede. Good question. Thank you in chat. Alan B. Allinger. Yeah, so what I'm doing to that hide is the same. Sorry for kicking the camera. Is the same that I did to this hide, which is I'm frizzing it. I'm taking all the grain off so that it has this soft texture and it's supple to the touch. It's deer skin. Excellent question, Alan. Appreciate you. Yes, appreciate that, Michael. Michael said beautiful apron. Thank you, man. Yeah, I'm still working on the straps on that. I don't have it in here. Oh, I do have it in here right now. I need to attach straps, but the ones I have here are not quite long enough. I wanted to do camo straps, so I got the little camo straps. But thank you for that, Michael, for bringing the apron up. It is a project I am in the process of working it on. Apron has some leather on it with the grain on. I've been working on buckskin mostly recently. Sorry if it sounds like butt skin. It's buckskin. I think I got a multi-tool in here too. What I want to do, y'all, is I want to take these little edges here and kind of pull these out. Y'all see this? Because the square inches, square footage is kind of important with this stuff. I'm trying to get the most that I can out of it. So I want to get this black stuff and this kind of like matted upness. I don't know how to describe it. It's like matty on the edges and it gets crusty. You got to scrape it out. Butt skin. That's right. Benjamin, what you doing in here, man? So once I pull those out with my multi-tool, which clearly has been used on animals, it has blood and guts on it. That's what we do around here. Michael knows we're manning it up in here. I'm trying to press this all the way to the edge. You see there's still grain on there, y'all? Still grain on there, so I want to get rid of that grain. You know who I watched yesterday that was like super exciting on the live stream front? This dude who chops wood up. What they call the guy? Axeman Harry or something. I subscribed to his thing. I told the mod, I was like, this channel is crazy. Dude's got like 600,000 subscribers. He just makes axes, or like takes axes and chops wood with them. He's got this wood sheds like all the way down his property full of wood. And it's not like special axes, different axes. It's just axes that chop firewood. He like has this huge stump. He's Canadian. Go figure, right? He's so into it, man. You can tell the guy's so enthusiastic. He's crazy into it. Hey, welcome to Dad's Workshop. My name is Buckskin Cal. Or Calvin. You can call me either. I prefer Buckskin Cal, you know, over that. But, you know, we'll go with what we got. Oh, see, I caught a little spot right there. What Buckskin Cal's doing right now is I'm scraping the grains off the hide. Grain is actually singular. Y'all can see it. See a little bit of grain right there? See it? It's grain. Right there. That's grain. I'll whisper it to you. The dog's eating something below me. It's really gross. I have no idea what it is. It's grain right here. That's what that is. Outdoor Malachi. Welcome, Outdoor Malachi. We have a question? Oh, no, I just made Outdoor Malachi. I like outdoors. Buckskin Cal, ASMR. if you survive the live stream apocalypse where everybody disappears, we start from ground zero again. Thank you for returning. You just survived some sort of hacker, some sort of DDoS or whatever thing is going on with YouTube. I got an automated email the other day. Oh, I can see why that would be very upsetting to you that your live stream is disconnecting. And they were like, what seems to be the problem? I already told you the live stream is disconnecting. Bunch of dummies, man. Sometimes, no offense. We back? We are. Welcome back. Welcome back. No more riffraff? You know, it is true. Some people will hate me before this thing is over, man. You gotta enjoy every day, man, and you cannot let yourself be walked all over. You cannot be a doormat for others. What do we have here? Shani, welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Shani. I appreciate you. You are so talented. Thank you for sharing. That is very, 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 very kind. Yeah, we're scraping. We're doing a lot of scraping here in Dad's workshop, and we're getting a lot of disconnecting. We're doing a lot of disconnecting and scraping hides. Dare I try to do something really important on here and get disconnected straight in the middle of it, you know? Well, live streaming, for me, it's about the repetitive stuff, and, you know, I mean, I know that YouTube wants you to be, and I try to keep it fun. You know, we're going to be making hats and stuff, but every time I get disconnected, it reminds me that I need to focus on long form videos. Like, it's gotta even shorts. It's tough out there with the shorts. Ooh, that looks good though. Somehow I just got a good bite out of that right there. Buckskin cow. That's right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hey, do tap that like button. This is Dad's workshop. My name is Buckskin Cow. So, rebranding. Watch how easy that rebrand comes. I'm trying to get all this grain off here. Can y'all see adequately? Do I need to push the camera down a little bit? So many of y'all, well, there was. It looked like there was, so not too worried here. We'll do this. Want y'all to be able to see what's going on. I'm making a video about my process here right now. I made one little basic cursory leather video, but I want to talk about what I discovered specifically about buckskin, tanning. So much information out there all the time now, you know? So I was telling people this, and if you're in my chat right now and you run a live stream, you know, you can listen or not when I tell you this. People like to see what you're doing. They want to hear your personality, right? They want to know you have a personality. They want to see what you're doing. They want to know your personality. They want to see who you are. Those two things super important. Wow, a lot of folks coming in. Mike, welcome. David, thank you. David Carnes Foster. Yeah, it's definitely alive and well here. Put your piece between you and the camera. There we go. All right, we should be returning. We should be returning. Yeah, I'm really tired of this stuff, dude. I could do without all this stuff, man. But I did pass through a bunch of other YouTube channels where the same thing is happening, so it's not just me, it's not personal. I want all of this grain off of here, right here, like this spot. This is a tough spot, man. What I've come to the conclusion of is if you come from different directions, or you use two hands, sometimes you can get these spots. But I think this one is kind of deeper in those nooks. Real hard to get that one. A number of these down here. I wonder if there's a trick to that. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I know if you're passing through my YouTube channel and you run a YouTube live stream and yours is getting disconnected, so is mine. It's not just you. So I'm sorry to you, and I know you probably may be here just because you're trying to figure out what's going on with YouTube's live streaming. Hey, if you're here and you hear me, send an email to support and let them know that we're getting disconnected repeatedly. I have tried, and I will keep trying. My name is Calvin, by the way, if you just popped through and you're another live streamer and you're trying to figure out why do you keep getting disconnected, please do. And you can mention that you popped through my live stream and I said the same thing was happening to me. Hopefully that helps somebody. You know? Yeah, I think I'm not the only one getting lost, though, because I'm flipping through live streams, and I'm seeing the same thing happening to other live streams. So I know it's not just me. It's not personal. You know, it's not anything anybody's doing to be personal. You know. Wow, that's a great angle right there. Yeah, so I'm scraping buckskin right now, but if you're a person who runs a live stream and you're just passing through because your live stream has been disconnected, please take heart in that it's happening to me as well. This number that you see at the top is not what I'm getting, really. It's going down numerous times, repeatedly, so it's happening to me too. So definitely drop an email to support. Let's let YouTube know that this is happening, and maybe they can figure it out, what's going on here. But welcome regardless. I am here to be your friend. Thanks for popping through to Dad's Workshop. My name is Calvin. Right now, scraping the last grain off this buckskin. This may need to be re-moisturized for me to get this. We're not looping, are we? Though it may seem like that. This one spot, so I want that grain to come up. Let me spray it a little bit. Probably got some water. This water here. This water. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm scraping buckskin. We're having connectivity problems here at YouTube, and so what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get this grain off, and there's some schmutz coming out too in the process. Let me get a little rag. Welcome. works to get that grain off, I'm willing to do that. It's kind of a thin area here. Oh, welcome back if you came back. I know we got disconnected again. Boo, all of that. But we just can't worry about that. We can't worry about that. They'll come back. See, everybody's back. Look how quickly. Oh, if you popped through because you're trying to figure out whether your live stream got disconnected and why, and whether other live streams work, mine just got disconnected. So what you're looking at is me after being disconnected. Sorry, folks. And I'm sure if you run a live stream, you're frustrated. So am I. I'm definitely going to contact YouTube again after this live stream is over and let them know what happened. Give them a chance to, before I get angry. You know, it's been happening for a few days here, as you may know, if you're a live streamer. So I'm apologizing on behalf of myself for having folks in the room when I know you probably don't. But mine just was at 0 too, so, you know, I definitely understand your frustration. Empathize 100% with you. But in the meantime, my name is Calvin, or Buckskin Cal. Buckskin Cal. And this is Dad's Workshop, and right now I'm scraping the grain off of a buckskin to get this thing as clean and soft as possible. It's not a paint by numbers process. There's a lot of art to this, is what I've learned through this. I'm a novice in this process, but it seems to be a lot of art you can insert into this. But welcome to Dad's Workshop, where we're doing satisfying scraping of buckskin. It's kind of like suede-ish, you know. Suede is usually pigs, I believe, or cows. I think it's pigs, actually. Buckskin is like a kind of like suede. It's not split twice, I don't think so. We're going to talk about how I get my hides in my next video. Somebody asked a question on a live stream, on a short, said, where do you get your deer from? Do you hunt them? Blah, blah, blah. And it's a mixture. I don't hunt a lot. Most of my deer come from roadkill, so, yeah. Carrie! Welcome, Carrie. How's Carrie doing? Been a minute. Glad to have Carrie in the room. Friend of the program. So happy to see Carrie. Yeah, Carrie, we're on and off, getting disconnected constantly. It's, good, I'm glad to see you. Carrie says, I'm doing okay. Good, Carrie. I should say, how are you, Carrie? Besides the welcome. We hope. We love our Carrie. Yeah, it's like on and off, and you know that deal where you go down to one person or 0 people, and they get it together, and then you go down to 0 people, and then they get it together, and then you go down to 0 people, and they get it together, you know? That's what happens. But if you're in here, and you're trying to figure out what happened to my live stream, not me, but yourself, me as in you, my as in your live stream, it's probably YouTube. Send an email to YouTube about, because right now I have 300 is what I'm looking at. It could be a different number. But a minute ago I had 0 in the room. So it's been happening to me too. But do like this stream while you're in here. Hey, I'm your friend. I'm another YouTube creator who wants your live stream to be back up as soon as possible. I don't want you to not be live streaming. I'm all about the live streamers. So if you are a live streamer and you're flipping through live streams and you're like, man, he's got 192, he's got 275, he's got 300. I just had 0 just a minute ago. So It's not like personal, I don't think. Even though I want to take it personally too. Put me in the basement. I'm getting disconnected, but the dude with rubber bands around the Hawaiian punch bottle has 500 people in the room. I wanted that guy to be like, I'm getting disconnected too, but he never did the other day, so that never happened. Yeah, on and off today. Sorry, folks, and I think that's probably everybody in the YouTube live sphere. So, if they knew what was good for them, YouTube, if the world knew what was good for them, we would get a lot more live streamers. Would get a lot more credit. It's a whole different thing. Carrie laughing at me. I know, I'm hilarious. I'm hilarious. Whoops. Dang. I cut myself bad doing that the other day. Probably stitch-worthy cut. Hey, by the way, man, thanks to all my members, by the way. Carrie's a member, has been a member for a minute. Oh, she's not. Carrie's not a member. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to mislabel you there, Carrie. Wes. Didn't see Wes pop in. Wes, welcome. But Carrie's a longtime friend of the program, so it doesn't matter. But if you are interested in becoming a member, tap that $sign down in the bottom corner, and do consider becoming a member. Sorry, Wes, I didn't acknowledge you. Yeah, I'm all right. They're just the live stream's going in and out, Wes. You know how it does. Like, all I'm doing is if people are popping through because my numbers are fluctuating from very high to zero. What I'm telling people is if they're YouTube streamers and they're passing through my live stream, that it's happening to me as well. So that's my message today. It's been happening for several days, and I'm sure it's happening to all of us. I don't think it's being personal. Maybe it isn't, but I can only speak for myself. I can say it's happening to me as well. That's the best way for me to put it. I don't know, Carrie. You know that doesn't matter. I just didn't want to mischaracterize it when I said that. I don't know what happened. Maybe you got a new card or something. I don't hold it against you. We know how much support you showed the channel, Carrie. Not a big deal. No big deal. Yeah, I'm good, man. Oh, there she is. Back where she belongs. In membership. Carrie is a member again. Hey, you know what I got? I got drumsticks. Hold on, folks. I got drumsticks now. And we get disconnected anyways. Might as well get disconnected on a drum roll. Hey. If we're gonna get disconnected. Carrie is a joiner. She has been for a long time. This has happened to me with my friends and my memberships too. So, but no pressure at all. You can, when you become a member, you can cancel at any time. That's sometimes people have. It's tough in these worlds. It's economy out here. So please don't hold it against anyone. And I don't. But thank you so much to Carrie for becoming a member. She has been a member. But I know Carrie spent a lot of time dedicated some more time to family, which is totally understandable. Totally understandable. So it's easy for these things to happen. So we're just scraping these edges out, and then I'm taking my oh yeah. That sucks. I'm sorry somebody was using your debit card, Carrie. Yeah, I had to get a new card too. Some of mine, a lot of my cards expired in this January of this year. So I'm pulling this out. You see how it's like kind of coming out a little bit? Yeah. I'm getting a little more square footage. when I do this. And then I scrape it. Scrape the mess out of it, just like I've been doing. Carrie, thank you so much. Yeah, back to gold star status. See, quickly you go right back to your status. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dad's Workshop. Hey, we've stayed on for a couple minutes now. I'm really happy about that. We were disconnecting there for a second, but I know we're not the only ones disconnecting. So if you missed your favorite channel, I'm sure they're back on again. Don't dally around here if you don't feel like you want to hang out. But we are friendly here. This is Dad's Workshop. My name is Calvin. There's a lot of people in the chat, Wes and Carrie and Miss Heather, and a whole bunch of people were in here. Michael, I said a few things to Michael. He may have rolled out. We have Daisy in here too, big time friend of the program. We had Robin here earlier, but I think he rolled out because of the technical problems. And that I understand. It gets frustrating. It gets annoying, you know. These edges are where I like my hatchet head for. I've kind of got it down to where I can put a sharp knife against these hides and not scratch them and not tear them. Nah, the timer doesn't start over. No. Nah, you got your gold star back. Hey, this is, I'm going to say his name. KIV Steel, Wood, and Green. This name is, hi, brother. Sorry I can't stay. Hope you're doing well. And a quick greeting to all the awesome people in the chat. Hit the like button, man. Deserves it. Keep it up and catch you in the next one. Thank you, Ivan, from KIV Steel, Wood, and Green. Thanks, man. Thanks for popping through. I'm not a mean guy. I just think that there's some rules as we go forward in live streaming that need to be observed. I'm not angry at anyone. I'm not mad at anyone. I try to keep that. The reason I speak up for myself is so I don't be angry and mad with people. You know, if you speak up, you don't harbor stuff against people. And it's not, it's just that earlier in the chat, somebody mentioned they had a short coming out. So this is the thing, is that there's two, it's called leeching. And if you're still in here, I'm not talking about him. I'm not calling him a leech. I like the guy. But how I feel about somebody doesn't dictate how I'm going to judge their behavior. Like if you behave a certain way, you behave a certain way. It just is what it is. But, just if that's what we're talking about, if somebody's asking me about that, what happened was, it was like a soft plug for the short, right? Which I've been seeing a lot of that recently. People soft plugging their stuff. It's still the same thing, y'all. It's like dry snitching, you know. It's still a snitch. Say it loud enough in the room for someone to pay attention, right? What do we got? Van is a member. Ah, well, we got to do a drum roll, you know. Got a new member, Van. Van Lot in the house. Okay. Okay, Van Lot. Let me get my drum sticks. Van Lot, we were chatting in Soldier Farms. All right, so I'm gonna do the drum rolls on the wood so I don't scare everybody away. I'll do a drum roll on the drum from over here. We'll do it over here. Welcome, Van Lot, and welcome back, Miss Carrie, Mrs. Carrie. Back to Dad's Workshop membership. Thank you so much for joining. That's what I'm talking about. New member. New members. New members. Hey, Van Lot. Welcome, man. Welcome, welcome. We should be coming back. We should be coming back. See if we're coming back again. these little spots right here. I'm not even gonna complain about the internet going out and coming back. These little spots right here are what I'm trying to scrape. These are really hard. They're like down in there. Don't tell me cause it hurts. Oh, I don't want to get a copyright strike. You back now? All right, there we go. Van lot, don't blame me, man. It's YouTube, dude. It's like just this. I think it's this time for area too. It's been happening at the lunchtime, middle of the day kind of slot. I think it's been happening to a lot of YouTube streamers too, not just me. As I flipped through the streams and seen it. I seen it on others things. I only got one squirrel out there, man. Them squirrels were squirrely. So, you know, squirrel hide's gonna... It's squirrel season until the end of February, by the way. But this is a squirrel hide right here. This is almost the entire thing. So you gotta get an idea of what I'm gonna get from that squirrel hide. It is really good leather, though. So it is worth it. And they taste good too. So we're gonna eat it as well. Yeah. Excellent question, Kevin. Sorry about the disconnection, guys. I wish I had something to do with could explain it to you somehow, but I think it just has to do with YouTube and their servers and stuff. You know. Yep, that's right. One more to add to the collection. Man, there's a possum. I want to put this in the video. So I'm going to make a video about basically how there's almost no level of rot that can affect the skin. You can make leather out of almost every type, every condition of hide. It's really crazy, y'all. If you get anything from this live stream today, it's that you can basically process the most rotted hide, because like vultures and carrion and other animals, they don't eat the skin. They leave the skin, y'all. They leave the skin for the most part. FTMP, y'all. Not every single time, but for the most part. So, that being said, rot doesn't matter. Sometimes a heavy degree of rot makes the hides more supple. It definitely helps the hair get out. So, that being said, there was a possum that got killed around here a while ago, and I let everything. I took a picture of it when it happened. I wasn't gonna mess with it, especially since it was my friend possum. I think it came by and I fed it. So, but it's been out there. They got after it. It was like in December, so it's been sitting out there untouched, and its skin is still out there. Here's the experiment I would like to do. With some gloves, very carefully, I want to go out there and get the skin and then tan it and show people how you can make basically good leather out of a completely rotted animal. This is like right on the street in the neighborhood here, not outside the neighborhood. That's where this possum got hit. Somebody had to go out of their way to hit this poor thing. But it's gonna be there's gonna be somewhat of a referendum on whether Calvin, you know, because think about it, y'all. If I didn't collect hides like roadkill wise, I could not. In North Carolina, you got to use hunting tags, so I can't even get big game down here. These deer hides are from Virginia. If you take roadkill in North Carolina, they make you give them deer tags, so you got to use a fresh deer tag to take a deer off the road, right? So who wants to use a tag that they can use for a deer that they can eat, for a deer that's maybe not... Yes, I do remember, Carrie. And I will continue my train of thought after that. Carrie said, remember the deer that got killed in the field next door? I do remember you talking about that. Yeah. We're back. Yeah, I know. It's but Emre, I think it's happening to other streams because as I flip through, I see this one usually does really well. Video unavailable. A lot of people have quit. Otherwise, my numbers, Emre, are pretty good, buddy. Like in general, they're not bad. Probably is somebody out for me. Yeah. But I'm just trying to be patient with it. Yeah, it's gonna be a long time before she's completely absorbed because the bugs that need to like that would eat her won't come out of the ground. The best way for her to like be decomposed and stuff is to be buried like in a compost pile, with chicken shit and other things in there. If you got a good compost pile, that would eat that carcass in like skin and all probably actually, and bones and everything in a few months. You could dip in there and there wouldn't be any left. I used to have such a good compost pile carried. I could put an entire like turkey in my compost. Not that I would, because I would take leftover chicken carcasses once all the chicken meat had been cleaned off of it, and I would put it inside my compost and come back. There'd be nothing left, no bones, nothing. It's okay to be reabsorbed into the earth, though, from whence we came. It's going to happen to most of us, hopefully. The way we embalm ourselves now, though, you know, it's like you actually stay like a mummy for hundreds of years. Like, we're better at embalming than the Egyptians were now, I think. And I say that with a lot of respect for the Egyptians because they knew a lot of stuff. Progress is not linear. I truly believe that. Oh, they do. Yeah, they do have that service where you can just get buried with no chemicals. Best thing to do, man. Best for the earth. Y'all see me scraping from multiple directions. I am not being shy because I'm trying to get the last of this grain off of here. And it's being a little stubborn. Some of these touchy areas like the neck here. It is helping to spray it, actually. Yeah, it raises the grain. That works. All right, just learned a trick, y'all. When you're scraping grain, if you get to this level of tanning a hide and you are making buckskin and the grain is sticking down, spritz it with water. That brings it up, apparently. Which is great to know. What you're seeing, that kind of schmutz coming out of the end there, is just a combination of the different conditioners I'll put, all natural stuff, into the hide, and then little bits of the flesh that are still coming off. But we want that grain gone. This is working. Whatever direction I have to go to get that grain off, I go. I don't want to put anything metal on there, though. I need something fabric to wipe them with. Wipe this strop kind of off with. Let me see here. Wish I had a rag. Oh, I do have a rag over there. Hey, welcome to new members. Not so new member, Carrie. Welcome, Carrie. Welcome back, Carrie. And Van Lot. Welcome, Van Lot. Van Lot, I know, is a creator. Check out his channel. Jason Carroll, how's the tanning going, bud? Hey, Oak Ridge, welcome. Mike, if I didn't say hi to you, sorry, Mike. Hi. The school sucks, but oh, I think that's in a song. I think it's a Blink 182 song. She left me. Okay, I can't say that. Can't sing that. I'll get hit by multiple lawsuits. Got 3 beavers in buckets starting to get ready to pull. Whoa. Whoa. Some beaver trapping. What are you going to do with the hair? Are you going to keep the hair? I want to make some felt. I want to make some felt out of that beaver hair. You gonna keep the hair on them things? And I hear they're really fatty too and delicious, actually. Oh, okay. Yeah. Trying to think of a cow joke, says Mike. Shout out to all the members that popped in. I saw Wes in there. I think Wes was just more concerned about my attitude, and then he rolled out. But welcome to Wes, and anybody else who popped in who's a member, Mike. Obviously Carrie, and I don't see Mims today, man. Must be busy making work. I'm making felt to try to make a hat. Well, definitely keep the skin too, because them beavers got good skin. And hopefully you're gonna eat it. Oh, you de-haired all of them. Yeah. Yeah, you about to make some good stuff with that. Make you a cowboy hat. A dancing hat. He's gonna have a dancing hat. Yeah, Rob was here. He popped in. The stream went down early on. Yeah. Yeah, he was up in here, Mike. Mims hasn't been up in here, but Rob has. At least I don't think Mims has been in here unless I missed him. He's a good old bloke. Right, nice. No, see, that's not the right one. He's a mate. He's a mate, mate. Are you having a laugh? Oh, okay. He stopped in before a crash. All right, I see. All right, we're going to get this spot right here. See this spot? I'm going to get this spot right here. See these little grain spots all over right here? I'm going to get after those. I'm going to get after those. We're getting this thing swift. Swift, as they say in Heather's homeland of Long Island. Swift. Coffee. Coffee talk. Seems like we may be coming back. We are here. Okay. There we are. We're back. What was I saying when we got disconnected? Something important. Man, good mods are important. Popped in on a couple lives yesterday. Shout out to Fly On Education if you're out there. Fly On is what we need to get you. We need to get you some mods. Above the age of whatever them guys were. Thinking about butt skins. Oh yeah, I think it had to do with if you need to get grain off of them, you can moisturize them apparently. That will bring the grain up so you can get the that skin, that membrane off the last stubborn bits. At least it was working a minute ago. I might have pressed it down there. They're most stubborn in that neck area, the thicker areas actually. Which kind of stands to reason. 73 viewers and 73 likes. Double tap that screen, like this video, y'all. Yeah, I know YouTube is wonky today. If you're past, that'll help. I don't know. Maybe that'll help. But that'll help. I don't know. Maybe that'll help. But if I get disconnected again, y'all, I'm gonna say goodbye. But I want to make sure I say thank you to everybody who stuck around. Lots of disconnections today. Sorry, Carrie. Sorry, folks. Sorry on behalf of YouTube, because I don't think this is my fault, and I don't think it's my internet as well. I don't even think somebody hates me, stalking me, or hates my live stream, as Dacian suggested. Thank you for making me more paranoid, Dacian. I just think it's just YouTube doesn't have it together right now. Is what it seems like. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's working. It's working. Yeah, so we've been disconnected multiple times today. I want to say apologize on behalf of YouTube for causing that, because it's them who caused it. Their fault. Their fault. Hey, somebody tap that screen, though, and double tap that screen and like this video. What I'm doing is I'm frizzing buckskin right now. I'm doing the last stage kind of frizzing this buckskin, which is getting all these little bits of grain up that I see. If I see grain and it won't come up with just the knife, like just the knife's attention, I spritz it. I also have another scraper that sometimes works on that. This knife that Wes gave me is really good for scraping. Got my hides real nice with this thing, super soft. Sometimes just coming backwards against those spots works. I want to say thank you to everybody for supporting the channel. All new members, thank you to new member Van Lot. Shout out Van Lot. Appreciate you so much. Shout out to Carrie for renewing her membership. I know she had some card issues. Shout out to everybody for popping in. Shout out Michael Wilson. I still love you, man. You can still be a friend of the program. I didn't mean to put you off, buddy. I didn't mean to embarrass you. Michael Wilson out there, so shout out to that guy. We all have to learn somehow, you know. Some folks ain't gonna say anything, and then you're gonna get you in trouble. So I'll save you that. So if I get disconnected again, which I inevitably will, Cal, I am not ignoring you, Mike. I've been getting disconnected. What's up, man? What's the question? Let me go back in the chat. What'd you ask? Mike said, okay. Mike said, you said Rob's your mate, but I said, I thought Miss Heather was. Get out of here, man. My mate. He's my mate. My best mate. I'm trying to think of something British to say about it. Oh, English, because Rob says, I'm not British, I'm English. It's a difference. It is a difference. So, sorry. So, yeah, Heather would hate it if I said she's my partner. Partner. Trying to figure out how to tan my rabbit hides. Do you have any pointers? Rabbit is real thin. So, I saw this video with dude skins a rabbit by taking it, slicing around his head, and hitting it against his knee. That's how he skins them. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, I can give you some pointers right now. I'm not an expert, but I'm gonna give you some pointers on based on what I learned. Are you trying to keep the fur on or off, man? That's a key thing you got to consider. Fur on or fur off. This is to Matthew. And also Mike can talk about this stuff too. Stuff out of it like earmuffs and whatnot. Yeah, so the rabbit skin is real thin. I don't know if it may make okay earmuffs. It may be a little thin and a little cool for you to do earmuffs with, based on the little tiny bit I know about rabbit skin. But not to deter you from the craft that you want to do. What you want to do is you want to salt it. And I don't know if I have a bag of salt in here. Make sure you skin it and then salt it and pin it out on a board. Here's my rabbit skin. I've got a squirrel to do today, as a matter of fact. So here's my rabbit, right? Let's pretend this rabbit's still alive. We've gutted it. Now we've got this skin. Do you have a fleshing beam? Do you have a fleshing beam? All right, we got our skin open like this, right? Even if you don't have a fleshing beam, once you have scraped the inside of the flesh of the animal, cover this whole inside with 1/8 of an inch of fine, non-iodized salt. Then take it and pin it. Take a hammer and some galvanized nails that won't rust. Put it on a board, and you can see where my nail holes are on here, right here. Nail it. Dump, 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 dump. See what I'm doing? I'm just pretending right now. See, I'm going to nail it to a board. Stretch it. Right? And as a matter of fact, I've done it both ways. You can stretch it hair up or hair down. I like to stretch it hair down because I can see the progress of the salting on this side of it. I can see what's going on with the salting. Then you got to take it and you got to keep scraping, keep scraping, keep scraping. Scrape it until you get all of that that, but it's not as hard to scrape as this raccoon. Rabbit is going to have a lot less fat. It's a very lean animal. So once you skin that thing and you scrape the flesh, put salt on the whole bottom side of it and pin it to a board like this and put that board somewhere where it can stay kind of cool, kind of dry, and away from animals, you know. BK, welcome. And then just wait for a couple days for it to dry out until it's like stiff. And then, you know, BK can talk about sewing skins together. She's good at that stuff. But, you know, you're going to make stuff out of it. I don't know if you ever sewed furs before. That's a whole thing, too. I'm still studying it. I haven't even tried it yet. So I'm still studying the sewing of the furs. But I hope that helps. Salt it. Salt it first. Once you've salted it for a couple days, scrape it. Matthew, hopefully you're still listening, because here's the other part of it. Once you've salted it for a couple days and you've scraped it again and it's clean, you're going to take the hide with the hair on it of the rabbits and you're going to make a very strong vinegar and salt pickling mixture in a tub. Make it a round tub, like a 5-gallon bucket. I don't know how many skins you got, but throw all those skins in that vinegar and I think it's a cup of salt per it's a cup of vinegar per gallon of water, and then like a pound of salt per gallon of water. So a lot of salt. Put that in there. A lot of salt, a lot of vinegar. Put that those rabbit hides in there. That's going to lock that fur in place. Yeah. Salt it. Salt the mess out of it. Stick it to a board. Wait till it dries. Come back in. Scrape it. Make sure you get all that flesh off. Then make that brine pickling mixture and put it in that pickling mixture for a couple days. No more. And if you have a pH reader, make sure that the pH in your liquid stays between 0 and 2. If you're not going to read it with a pH meter, keep adding vinegar and salt like every day, basically, until you're going to take it out. Otherwise, you'll lose the hair. The bacteria will grow in there, and you'll lose the hair anyway, despite the fact that you pickled it. But the pickling's going to lock that hair in. The next step is to take it out of that pickling stuff and basically dry it again. Comb through the hair, shampoo the hair, wash it really thoroughly. Firstly, with a very light baking soda wash to neutralize the acid. And then shampoo that hair or use a soft soap to wash all of the rabbit hair out. And then dry it again, basically. Then make a brain mixture or egg yolk mixture and smoke them things. But keep hanging out with me. But the next thing you need to do is you need to salt it, stick it to a board, and then after that it's pickling it, okay? That's the first two things. I had this convo with, I think Jason or someone else on here was like ready to do this. I was like, what? They want to keep the fur, but I don't know, it wasn't Jason. It wasn't Jason, it was somebody else. Baby shampoo, that's a good idea. So that's a soft shampoo. Clean those hides off. Because, you know, rabbits, like any other animal that has a fur, could have fleas and other gunk. They guarantee you giving it the first bath right now, right? So after that vinegar brine, you want to just clean it good with soap. Soap and water. You don't want to put it in a liming bath when you're keeping the fur after you've done the brining. You want to go straight to braining. Making a brain material emulsion, which I've done on here a number of times, and then using that to soften the hide, and you're just repeatedly softening the hide, like what you see I'm doing right now. Still part of the softening process, you know. So one thing I have not done with these is smoke them, because I use tannins, so it's a combination tan. I did not smoke this one. I smoked those ones that the furs you see in the background have been smoked. Yeah, man, Matthew, appreciate you. 0136, appreciate you being here. All right, this makes a lot of sense. I have meat rabbits, and I'm just trying to make sure I use every part of them, so nothing. Yeah, man, don't waste the pelts on those meat rabbits. rabbit pelts are decent fur, you know. And a lot of rabbit meat rabbit producers are getting into using their rabbit pelts. So once you get used to cleaning those pelts, and you just get a big ass board, man, like a huge board, and just stick them to the board. Like you get all your pelts lined up that way. Yeah. And don't fear the brains either, man. Harvest those brains and use those as well. I would say harvest like anything you can get from the inside of that rabbit. That's gonna help. I don't think you're not gonna get neat's foot oil or none of that, but you definitely, the brain inside the rabbit is it's still a brain. Collecting those brains and storing them, freezing them. Hey man, thank you, Wes. Yes, I'm not an expert. I just started doing this, man, but I do it a lot. I definitely like have immersed myself in it. That's what I do. And when you want to do things multiple ways, like everybody wants to keep the fur at first, so that was what I wanted to do like everybody else. So I learned how to keep the fur. That was like one of the first things I learned. There's other tricks too, like using alum that I've done, and I've got really good furs here. So I think I've done pretty well for a first timer on those. But yeah. And then there's guys with more expertise that can answer. Like Mike's done this a lot his whole life, so he can answer some of these questions that are like, you know, what's a trick to this, or what do you have around that you can use for this or that, you know. Yeah, all right. Well, thank you for your insight, and hope y'all have a good day. I hope you have a good day too. Hey, tap that like button on your way out, you know, and help me out. Help the channel out. Appreciate you. Some little spots I like my hatchet on here. Like every scrape brushes this stuff up nice, man. Sorry for kicking that. Come back to say goodbye, folks. Looks like YouTube has different ideas on how my day is gonna go. I got stuff to do anyways. Thank you so much, new members. Shout out to Ivan for popping through from South Africa there. Shout out to Van Lot, new member. Shout out Carrie for popping through. We love Carrie. Hope to see Carrie again soon. Shout out to all my members. Thank you to everybody for their contributions today. Just wanted to say goodbye before we kind of get canceled again. Here. Not canceled, that's not the right word. That's not the right word. These dingy spots here, man. Real stubborn. Real stubborn spots. This hatchet has so much weight behind it. It scrapes the grain so well. I did this the other day. I did a whole hide like this. It's getting better. We're getting it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging out with Buckskin Cow at Dad's Workshop. Oh, don't want that to happen. Thank you for hanging out with Buckskin Cow at Dad's Workshop today. Buckskin Cow's got to get going. I can't play with this thing all the time and be playing with these people on YouTube all day. Hey, new roots, welcome, man. We're about to wrap it up today because YouTube is just crazy, up and down and left and right. I don't know what's going on, but definitely double tap that screen like to give me that like, folks. Double tap that screen like that was 85 right there. And we're making buckskin. This is yeah, man, it's crazy here with the internet connections, but yeah, I'm making really ultra soft. It's kind of hard to, man, I wish y'all could touch it, feel it. It's super soft, man. Inside and out, it feels just baby soft. Work on that and getting them all to that texture. That's my goal here, is to get that. And they like have like you could like brush them down and stuff. It's really cool, really cool. Really making me realize that it's a lot of fun to do this. And I got one more hide to scrape down. I may do that tomorrow since we take our time here at Dad's Workshop. And we may do that on a different day. But I wanted to say hi, New Roots, welcome, man. And welcome back, member as well. BK, welcome. And I appreciate y'all being here today. We'll be back. Again, I'm working on a video, long form video. Check out my other stuff. Check out everybody's channel. Have a great day. Do the next right thing. This is Dad, also known as Buckskin Cal, also known as Calvin, saying goodbye.